Hey, what's going on with you? We back. Today we smoking a chuck roast on an offset smoker. And we're gonna do it exactly like a brisket. You know, I work in a chemical plant, so we can't leave once we get to work. We gotta bring our lunch every day. So I get creative on this smoker. But we're gonna see how this $13 roast turn out. But we're gonna do it exactly like a brisket. We're gonna season it exactly how I season the brisket. We're gonna tenderize it. You know, an old guy gave me a little trick with some lime juice. I'm gonna pass that knowledge on to y'all. But we're gonna smoke it at 250 degrees and until it gets to 165 internal, and then we're gonna wrap it up. And 203, we're gonna pull it off. You know, as you see, it's a select chuck roast. So, you know, they got value, they got select, they got choice, and then the better one is the prime. So this is a select. So, and it just goes by the marbling, how juicy it is, how much marbling, how much fat they have in that piece of meat. So being that it is a select, it's gonna be a little tough. So I got the lime juice trick from an old school cat that's been smoking chuck roast on an offset smoker for years. I mean, it's supposed to break down the toughness you usually see in them roasts. You know, usually you put them in a crock pot, you put them in the oven and some juice or something, and it just makes it a whole lot tender. Well, we gonna use this trick and see how this go on the offset smoker. You know, I use Tony's on everything. It's exactly what it says on the bottle too. But I use Tony's a light coat because it's a lot of salt. You know, I keep repeating that because it's the truth. There's a lot of salt in that Tony's. But I give it a nice even coat. I mean, it's a thick piece of meat, so don't be scared of it. But I give it a nice coat of Tony's, and then that's my salt, pepper, garlic mix that I use. And I turn around and use that on it, and I'm not shy about it. Like this is a thick piece of meat. Like it's pretty dense. So don't be afraid to season it. Make sure you get the sides. Obviously, make sure you get both sides, but be liberal with the salt, pepper, garlic because, like I said, it is a thick piece of meat. And if you're getting anything of value out of this video, go ahead and give me a like or subscribe to the channel. It just keeps us motivated and it keeps us encouraged to keep growing our channel and providing these videos for you guys. You know, I have another video where I show you how I fire up my offset smoker without using lighter fluid. I actually use that charcoal chimney, vegetable oil, and some paper towels. But while we smoking this roast, we're gonna use post oak wood today. You know, because it has a natural smoky flavor. I used to use pecan just because that's what I grew up using, seeing my uncles and everybody use pecan wood. But once I got post oak wood and seeing or tasted the natural smoke flavor, it just tastes like a natural edible piece of smoke. That's what it tastes like. So it just adds that flavor profile to it. But anyway, so we're gonna smoke this roast between 250 and 275 until it reaches 165 degrees. And I'll see you back whenever it's that time. All right, so it's been 5 hours so far, 5.5 hours passed, and it's time to wrap it. It's at 160, 168, so it went over a couple of degrees, but it's no big deal. But I definitely didn't think it'd take 5.5 hours to get to this wrap, but you know, it is what it is. So I use butcher paper whenever I wrap my briskets, and now when I wrap this chuck roast. Butcher paper, pink butcher paper. Some people use aluminum foil. Some people don't wrap at all. But I just typically use the butcher paper. And actually, I like this one because it has the little razor to cut real even cuts on it. But I spray, right, like you just saw, I spray with apple cider vinegar and water mix. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. So I just use maybe like 2 cups water, 2 cups apple cider vinegar. It just helped the seasoning and the bark not stick to that butcher paper whenever you unwrap it, whenever you finish with it. But I use the exact same technique when wrapping. I flip it once, like I put it on, I flip it once, and then I tuck the sides under, like right here. I tuck the sides under and I flip it again, and then I tuck the back, fold it over, and just lay it on there. And it's a wrap every single time. Like it's tight, it doesn't leak any liquid, and it's just a real good wrap. So when I put it back on, I usually bump the temperature up to 275, 300. I go ahead and insert my probe in. That way I don't have to keep opening up my cooking chamber. I get that probe and set it to 203 on my thermometer. But 275, 300 is the temperature I smoke with after I put it back on, because it already got a smoke ring. You're not really trying to add no more smoke flavor. Now you're just trying to get done. But that's it. So once it hit 203, you go ahead and take it off. And I did let it rest for about 2.5 hours. Now after about 8.5 hours since we put it on, and this is the results. I mean, it looks real good. It's tender. I was able to get roast beef sandwiches out of this. I was able to get roasting potatoes. I just ate regular slices of roast. I mean, you really can't beat this for $13. I mean, it's tender, exactly like you cook it in a crock pot. It's gonna be tender exactly like that. As long as you go slow, take your time with it, and don't try to rush that. This is a thick, and it's a tough piece of meat also. You know, it's the front of a cow, so all his weight is resting on this piece of meat and also that brisket. So that's why you have to cook it for so long, because it's a tough piece of muscle. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching me cook this select chuck roast on my offset smoker. If you got anything from this video of value, again, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and we're gonna see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.